The lady jumps into my aisle, puts her arm around the back of my neck. The goals that we have or the things that we want to obtain is really just hard work, dedication, and staying consistent. There is no amount of money that can purchase your success. I mean, taking the time out to surround yourself with those things. You feel like you want to drive this car, go test drive that car. Go test drive that car. Go sit in that car. Shout out to TIERRA J Beauty for sponsoring today's video.
Up under the town we fly, clean it up just to make it filthy. Under the sheets.
She is coming with the Silky Slumber collection. Your slippers, your robe, your bonnet, some bath bombs. Listen, everything's self-care. We're talking about a luxury self-care unboxing, okay? Make sure you guys head over to TIERRAJBeauty.com. Get what you need. Even get some bundles if you need some, okay? She has everything you need. Tape-ins, clip-ins, lace fronts, stuff to keep your hair looking silky, and everything you need to make you feel good.
I wanna see you do. Just drop a pin and then you send your location. Slide into your mind so silky. Up under the down we fly. Clean it up just to make it feel, yeah. Under the sheets all night. Under.
What's up, you squad? Welcome back to my channel, back to another video, back to another vlog. So my voice is very low right now because it's late, everybody's asleep, and I am currently trying to pack my casting bag, I'm gonna call it. The attire is kind of like restaurant, dinner, lunch vibes, I guess. So like a nice blouse, heels, a dress, things like that. They want us to bring 5 different options because you could potentially be used in different scenes depending on what they need. And due to COVID, they didn't overbook. So they have a very like strict number on the people that they casted. So right now what I'm doing is trying to put that together. So I have old school Vera Bradley. If you know, you know. The girls used to go crazy for a Vera Bradley. Pack homegirl up because she can hold a lot of stuff. At least 2 or 3 pairs of shoes. 2 or 3 pairs of shoes in here. And my media book bag. I'm going to do these 2 pairs. And then I have a black pair that I think is downstairs that I'm going to add. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in my bag. I'm going to do a fragrance as well, but I'm gonna wait until the morning. My makeup. I'm gonna need to do my makeup in the morning. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get out what I want to use in the morning, and that way I can just throw it directly into my bag. Hand sanitizer is too big. I do want to bring that though. Brushes. I was like real hesitant on making this like a segment on my channel, because I feel like when you start making segments and stuff, it starts to get a little, who's beeping at me? Like kind of discouraging when you don't have, when you're not constantly making content to go into that segment, if that makes sense. Last vlog that y'all saw that was talking about this, I really enjoyed watching it. Oh my god, I did not bring my other battery. Sometimes it's just really refreshing to just be able to actually just sit down and talk and not edit every single aspect of your video. So being able to like chit chat and just put it out there as what it is. Of course there are some parts that I'm like, okay, you took a long pause, girl, or you was not paying attention, or what the heck was you even going off on a tangent about? Because that's what I do, and I'm obviously doing that right now. Just to give y'all like some more information, when you go to these casting calls, set aside 12 hours. So you know for a minimum, you know that you're gonna be there for a minimum of 12 hours that day. Usually they provide lunch, which I'ma just tell y'all right now, the lunch be good. Like one of the sets that I went on to, games people play on BET, that food that they had catered, it was so good, y'all. It was so good, and I was trying not to fully indulge, because technically you're not there to feast, you know, you're there to work, and you don't want to feast too much if you know you still have a lot of time left there, and then you'll get sleepy, you know. So, and then plus I think I was wearing, I think that theme was like club attire, so my dress was fitting and I didn't want to be, you know, looking bad. So I'm excited to see what the lunch option is going to be here, because it's Tyler Perry, and I feel like, you know, he gonna show out for his people. We know we like to eat, and he know what we like to eat, so I just feel like he gonna take care. I mean, I know he probably not even the one. He probably don't even know what we eating, honestly, y'all. Yeah, so I'm on my way there. When I get there, I'm going to do my makeup, put on my lashes, polish my toenails. You meet so many people, and you're there with strangers for such a significant amount of time. It's kind of hard not to network unless you're just not interested, because I'm not gonna lie, first set that I was on, there were some people there who were just so like high and mighty, almost like didn't want to talk to you. You could tell they felt like they were above you because they've been doing it for so long. And it's honestly crazy to think about, because now when I watch TV shows and I watch movies, I mean, I'm paying attention to the actors, the stars of the show, but I'll be looking at the extras. I'll really be looking at them, because I've done it. I know what it feels like to be sitting here talking to somebody with no sound coming out. These extras get real extra, if I be completely honest. Like, I had a woman who y'all have probably seen on numerous things as an extra. She's an older lady, and she was like fighting for her life to make sure she got camera time. And I'm like, baby girl, if the camera want to find you, the camera gonna find you. If the camera wants you to be seen, you're going to be seen. Stop throwing yourself at this camera, girl. So basically, she wanted to, you know, create relationships with people so that when the camera came around, you allowed her to also be in your screen time, if that makes sense. So there was a scene, and the camera was kind of like coming from like this angle over here, and she's behind me, and the camera is like obviously catching whatever expression I'm doing in that moment. The camera is like honing in on my aisle. The lady jumps into my aisle, puts her arm around the back of my neck, and like pokes her face out. So basically, I can't be seen. I'm like, no, she didn't. They didn't even put that scene in the movie. Like, they didn't even put that little part that she did in the movie. But I'm like, listen, I have really tapped into like the whole never had to do too much. Like, not pressed. If it finds me, if it finds me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it's my time, it's my time. If it's not, it's not, you know? So, like, when I do stuff like this, I'm not about to be there fighting for my life. Like, I'm not about to be on set for 12 plus hours and the whole time I'm chasing the camera. I'm not going to do that. First of all, that's exhausting. It's exhausting, and it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. I would rather the camera not be around me for 9 hours out of the day and then suddenly just want me at one point, you know? Instead of, oh, no, like, oh yeah, I made sure I was seen. I made sure I jumped in front of that camera. Like, for what, girl? For what? That does nothing for me to know that I put myself in front of the camera. Now, granted, I'm gonna show up and look like I need to be in the camera. Now, I am gonna do that. I'm gonna look like you should put me on the camera. But I'm not gonna fight for my life to get on the camera. I want the camera to come to me. I want to attract the camera. I want to attract the casting crew with just being myself, just standing there, just looking good. That's what's going on right now. These press-ons are really, really cute. I won't be back home until later on tonight. And yeah, I just hope that I get to hear like a lot of different stories. I get to network, and I hope that there are people who are just willing to make this experience a nice experience. Because like I said, we're all strangers for the most part. So like, why not talk? Create some type of environment that can really make this experience worthwhile. Because you're already coming there as an extra, and that is a bag of, that's a bag of feelings in itself, especially if you want to be so much more than that. I can understand, like the lady that I was talking about, that's what she does. Like, she gets a thrill off of just being on the TV screen, regardless of if it's a role or not, which I do too, but that's where she wants to stay, you know? Like, she wants to do background. Whereas I want to eventually break out of background. Like, to be honest with y'all, I wasn't going to apply to any more background roles because I heard it through the grapevine that having a lot of background on your resume is just, it's not always a good look anyway. So, yeah, I didn't want to fill up my resume with a bunch of background. I wanted to start seeking other things. So to come here as an extra and, you know, already wanting to tap into a bigger role, you kind of feel like, I don't know. It's almost like, it's like you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I love to network, but I can't wait to be at that level. I can't wait to be at that level. And, you know, when you have the casting crew not treating you differently, but like treating you differently, because technically, no, you are not the star. No, you cannot get up and walk around. You cannot roam around. You cannot walk up to these celebrities. You cannot, you know, do these things. So it's like, okay, it's like a reminder that, yeah, I got this opportunity, but I ain't made it there yet. It has, you know, its pros and cons, but if you go there with the mindset that, you know, you're going to make the most of it, you're going to have a good time, and you're just going to fully embrace the moment, then you should have a great time. Oh, they say they got monkeypox in the water, y'all.
Say it again.
What's up, Beaut Squad? Whew, you guys, it's been several days later at this point. Yeah, you guys. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of, you know, recap with you guys on the experience like I said that I would do. But I just want to start by saying how productive I've been the past couple days. I just don't know what got into me. But I'm going to just talk about today. Got up this morning. I went to a 5:45 a.m. class at the gym. And then went to work. I mean, that don't sound like I did a lot, but it was really productive because last night I did some meal preps. On Wednesday, I'm going to Pilates, so I have like a schedule going. You know, I'm just like, I'm getting my life together. On Friday, I am getting my hair done. On Saturday, I'm taking my headshots. I just inquired about some classes. Some acting classes that I'm going to be starting, and really just getting more serious and amping up, you know, investing into the process. So that's that. But anyway, let me just tell y'all the experience. So it was a really, really good experience. For those of you that aren't familiar with like that type of stuff, it is a very exhausting, adrenaline feeling. I don't know, it's a lot of things. Does anybody like second guess themselves going through an intersection after that crash where that girl was going like a crazy speed? Because my heart races now when I'm like the first person to cross over an intersection. But anyway, so yeah, it's like it's a rush. It is a rush because you're there for 12 hours or more. So automatically you're signed up for being there for 12 hours. We didn't actually get on set and start shooting until a little after 4 p.m. So during that time, you're really just like meeting people, you're networking, you're eating snacks, you're doing things to kind of just occupy your time. So within that window, I think it's really vital for you to find somebody that you can kind of, you know, have great conversation with, which I was talking to you guys about that, networking and talking to people. And for some reason, this time was a little bit more difficult to do. And I think one is because of the crowd. So it was either like significantly older people or younger people that there wouldn't have been like too many things I would have been interested to talk about for that period of time, because the conversations that I was having with people, it just was like, I don't know, it just didn't interest me, basically. So not only that, a lot of the girls that were there were kind of already clicked up. So I guess, you know, or I know that they knew each other. They have seen each other before. They've done Tyler Perry projects in the past. Some of the casting crew knew them. Like it was kind of already clicked up in a way. And so it was kind of difficult to just have casual conversation, I guess, because, you know, nobody knows you. But that has never bothered me. Like, I have always been able to jump into a conversation or just meet a stranger and talk. But it was a little bit different this time. So there was a lot of downtime where I didn't have anybody to talk to. So there was a lot of just like listening to different conversations that people were having. And it wasn't until after the shoot that I was able to kind of like network in a sense. So it was different. It was a lot different than I'm used to, but still a good experience nonetheless. The food was really good. When we actually got onto set, Tyler Perry was not there yet, hadn't got there yet, so I think they were kind of just setting things in place. And where I was sitting for this one scene, I was right there at the front door, so whoever came in was gonna have to walk past me, you guys. And I like just casually was just looking up and turned my head to the right, and here comes Tyler Perry just walking in, just all, you know, just like and he's huge. He is humongous, y'all. That's a tall, big man right there. But he came in, and you know, everybody felt his authority, and everybody did what he said to do expeditiously. Unfortunately, they tell you, like, don't go up to him, don't talk to him unless he talks to you, and you know how that go. But all in all, it was a good experience. I will say that although I do enjoy the experience, I enjoy being able to see a different feel of emotions about it, because I was kind of in a place of like, man, like, I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to, and a lot of times I think that we rush our process. God's timing is everything. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't like envious of the actual stars of the show, people who actually have speaking roles. It's just like, I know that I can do that. I know that I have that in me, and all it takes is just applying myself to be able to achieve these things. And I think like the mindset that my mindset is changing. It has changed a lot over the course of a year or so. And I talked about confidence in my last video, but I honestly feel like just shifting your mind into feeling like you're just as good, if not better, or you deserve this just as much as they do. If you apply yourself, then you can have just as much success or more. It's like, I feel like now the only thing that sets us apart from the goals that we have, or the things that we want to obtain, is really just hard work, dedication, and staying consistent. There is no amount of money that can purchase your success. I mean, to a certain extent, to a certain degree, but at some point it comes down to your talent, how much work you put in, how consistent you were, and things like that. And anybody can do that. We all have the same amount of time within a day. We all get the same amount of time. So it's really just what you do with your time. And I'm just trying to be intentional about what I do with my time, how I show up in my downtime. Am I being productive? Am I doing things that are going to help me? Am I doing things that are going to be stepping stones to get me to where I want to be? And being intentional, having a purpose for the things that I do. So yes, there were times in that whole day where I was like, man, I want to do this, man, I want to do this. And it wasn't a sad feeling. It was really just like, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to dive all in. I'm really ready to give it what I got. And I'm ready to show myself how I can really go from the ground. No resume, no nothing, and build myself up to where I want to be just by putting in the work. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but that's just kind of what I do sometimes. But I just wanted to let y'all know that it was a really great experience. It was motivating. It was inspiring to just be in the space. And I think that's kind of like what it's all about. When you're wanting to shift your mind and shift the way that you think about things, and when you pray for things, I think it also comes down to surrounding yourself with the things that you aspire to have, or the things that you aspire to be, your purpose, and all, whatever you feel your purpose is. Taking the time out to surround yourself with those things. You feel like you want to drive this car, go test drive that car. Go sit in that car. Be around these people. Go be around people that are like-minded. that are doing the things that you want to do. I'm looking for transformation. Like, I'm looking for transformation between now and January 2023. I am going to push myself steady. I'm going to be steady, and I'm going to make sure that I maintain a good pace. A good pace, not doing too much, not overdoing it, doing just enough to get some type of outcome, a monthly outcome. I need to see monthly growth. So that is my mission, y'all. That is the mission that I'm on. And right now I am in a place where I'm just very proud of myself. I'm very proud. I'm very thankful, appreciative of the things that I have right now, where I am right now. When I look back at pictures and photos of, you know, where I was and the growth from that point, I'm just very thankful for that. And I'm just ready to continue to grow and share my story as I grow, to inspire others to do the same. So I'm gonna take y'all along this journey with me, and I appreciate you guys sending all the love and support that you guys have been sending me. We are really, if you want to join me, then join me. Do yourself a favor and start trying to implement good habits now, so that when the new year comes, it's not like you're pushing yourself to try to get into something that's unknown or foreign to you. It'll come natural by the new year. So that's my plan. So I gotta do something. I'll call y'all back.